Hi guys, you're welcome to part 5 of this WordPress hosting. So in this conversation or in this training, in this session, we're going to talk about how to register with a domain host. Now remember, like I said, it's a very simple process. There's no rocket science about it. All you need is to have your email up and running, because your email is the avenue through which your web host is going to contact you. Now, so let's assume that because you're new, you don't know any web host at heart. So you do a search. I say 10 best web hosts. It's going to open some web hosts for you. Now, let's look at a few of the web hosts that it opened. Now you have Bluehost. Bluehost has different plans. The first plan is $1.99 a month if you're doing for 36 months, and it renews at $8.99 a month. That's after your 36 months or 3 years has run out. Now the next plan goes for $2.99, but this one hosts one website, 10,000 visitors a month, free domain the first year. Now most times when you see this free domain, it normally comes if you are purchasing the whole plan. Like this plan says 1.9 for 36 months. So if you're doing for 36 months, it's going to charge you 1.99. But if you're doing for monthly, you see it goes at $8.99. So with this, you can purchase for 1 month. But this will not come with free domain. So now you look at this HostGator. HostGator has a plan of $3.75 a month for 36 months. Renews at $10. Now this gives you 10 websites, 10 gig of SSD, 40,000 monthly visits. You also have a plan of $4.5 a month with different specifications. Now you also have Lighthost, which is shared hosting plan. Now you have 504 naira, 1 gig, 50 gig bandwidth. Now remember from our conversation, we mentioned something. Now this gives you 40,000 monthly visits. And this gives you 50 gig bandwidth. The difference is this. Now when a user clicks on a page of your blog or your website, when a user clicks on a page, when that page loads, it consumes a particular amount of data. And it also counts as one visit. So if a user comes to your site now and clicks on one page, let's assume that that page is 1 MB. That's the size of the page, is 1 MB. With this 1 MB, 1 gig gives you 1,000 of 1 MB. Now 50 gig gives you 50,000 pages. So if we're looking at it from the perspective of bandwidth, if a page on your blog is 1 MB, that means in a month you can only have 50,000 visits or 50,000 clicks, 50,000 different pages that people go to for that month. Once you exhaust that bandwidth, it's gone for the month. If someone clicks on your site, your blog, it shows them blog not available. Now, but if it is regulated by guests or by number of visits, if a user clicks on one page, it counts as a visit. So if another user clicks on another page, it counts as a visit. So if you have 40,000 visitors in one day, that means by the next day of the month, your site is unavailable. Now the difference has to do with your page size, because with this one that gives you 50 gig bandwidth a month, if your web page, let's assume that your web page is 100 KB, that means 1 MB will give you 10 pages. Now that means your traffic will jump from 50,000 page views to 500,000 page views for the month. But with this, with visits, is not regulated by your page size. It's regulated by how many visitors you have to the site. So for me, I will advise that for a start, you can start with a small number of visits or a small number of gig. If we look at Namecheap, Namecheap also gives you free websites, free domain, 30 mailboxes. It doesn't show you, it doesn't say, this says unlimited websites, free domain, unmetered SSD, unlimited mailboxes. This doesn't show how many visits for the month. So, now this is important. This is one of the most important aspects of the hosting, your bandwidth and your web space. Now, your web space contains all your site files. So if you're uploading a lot of pictures and you have 10 gig, in a short while you will load it up with pictures. Now, the next step is for us to register so you can purchase a domain name and a hosting plan. These two items gives you two different dashboards. Now, to register with a domain host is very simple. Most times you see here they said sign in. If you sign in is for someone who has already registered before. But if you've not registered, you can say don't have an account. Get started now. You click on get started now. Then this brings you back to say purchase a plan. Maybe purchase a hosting plan. It's from when you purchase a hosting plan, the process goes smoothly. Now, Bluehost, let's see if, it says login. But because we don't have a plan, we're still going to click get started now. I'm just trying to see if, so it points you back to purchasing a plan. Now, but some web hosts are not going to do this. They're not going to go through this process. Like, this is Lighthost. Yes, Lighthost. Now, when you register or when you purchase a hosting plan, it's going to bring you to a dashboard like this. Remember, the hosting is very simple. There's no rocket science about it. Yes, TrueHost. Yes, this is what I was looking for. TrueHost, I've clicked register and it brought me here. Let me go back so we see what it's like. These are their hosting plans, and we want to purchase one of the hosting plans. So you click on register. Register brings you here. It's a simple process, it's a straightforward process. For some web hosts, you can sign in using Facebook or your Google account, but it's very simple and straightforward. You put in your first name, last name, stuff, billing address, phone number, and everything. You go down till you click register and all that. Now, this will bring you to your basic web hosting dashboard. Because remember, there are two dashboards you're going to have. This is your basic web hosting dashboard that shows you, this will show you all the domains you have with that web host. Now, different web hosts have their different plans. Have their different outlook for their dashboard. Like, I also use Scala. This is Scala, and this is how the dashboard looks like. You can see it's different from this hosting dashboard. This is Google Hosts, and this is Scala. Now, I can go to my domain, and it will show me the domain. Now, I believe we're following, and we can actually implement this right now as you're watching this. So this is your first dashboard, your hosting dashboard. Now, when you purchase a plan, it's going to show you It's going to send you a link to your cPanel. This is how the cPanel looks like. You can see here cPanel. You can see the cPanel dashboard is different from your hosting dashboard. Okay. But because I'm going to buy a cheap domain, I want to buy it with Light Hosting. I want to buy a domain with them, but I want to purchase a hosting plan with Light Hosts, but I'm going to use a domain from another web host. So, because just like you want to register to do your stuff, you can purchase a domain, register a domain. And through this registration process, if you register just a domain without a hosting plan, it will take you to a dashboard like this or like this, because you don't have a hosting plan with them. But the moment you purchase a hosting plan, it brings you to a dashboard, to your cPanel. So, because I want to purchase from Lighthost, hosting plan from Lighthost, now I'm going to get a domain from Google Hosts. Let me search for my domain name. As you can see, the domain name ends with .name.ng. That's what I want. So I'm going to say pronet.name.ng. Search. Okay, let me go back here. Let me do it from my dashboard. Register a domain. Because remember, I'm already in my Google Host dashboard. Because I already have domains I've purchased with these guys. So, it says find a domain. I will say pronet.name.ng. Now, I'm already logged in. So, it will make it easier for me because I already have funds in my wallet, in my hosting wallet. Now it says pronet.name.ng is available. So I'll add it to my cart. I've added to my cart. Now, assuming I wasn't registered before now, I'll have to key in my details, my payment details. But pay now, I'm going to apply my credits. Because I already have funds, available funds, 1,723 naira. So if I apply credits, I just complete my order. Now, we have seen how the process goes on. While this is dancing around, I want to show us something. Now, when you purchase your domain, after purchasing your domain, it's going to show you something. When it brings you here, you say manage DNS. For some, you're going to see it as manage name servers, like on Scala hosting here. You see manage name servers. Your name servers is like the actual phone number of the computer that houses your domain. So, the name servers, in fact, is the name servers that enables you to purchase from somewhere and host somewhere else. Your name servers, you need to change them if you're hosting somewhere else. But if you're purchasing your domain and purchasing a hosting plan from the same person, you don't need to change your name servers. Okay? You don't need to change your name servers, but okay, Pronet is here now. Manage DNS. If I say manage DNS, which on this server, sorry, on this dashboard, you can see it as manage. Then I say change name servers. So if I come here and say manage DNS, DNS not created. It's still in propagation. Now, normally, what is propagation is when you purchase a domain name, it takes about 24 to 48 hours for that domain to be properly settled and all the files will be created for the domain. But just in case you already, or when subsequently when you want to purchase new domains, I'm going to show you something else. Now, okay, let me try to purchase from where is TrueHost? TrueHost. When you try to purchase, register a new domain. I'm just going to show you something so you see. Let's say pronet.com.ng. Okay. pronet.com.ng is available. Now you click on it. Fine. You see, look at the name servers. This is the name servers, which when you are purchasing a second domain sometime after you've purchased your normal domains, or if you're purchasing from somewhere and hosting somewhere else, you need to change your name servers. Change them while you are purchasing the domain. That means you should have already opened your domain servers and copy them so that you can paste them where your name servers are. Now, this is so that the name servers will propagate with the domain at the same time. Like for this domain I just purchased now. This domain I just purchased. I'll have to, if I have to change name servers, it will take some time. But the benefit of changing your name servers while purchasing your domain is that, okay, look at what it's saying. Okay. Name servers. The benefit is that some name servers are very fast. Sorry, some web hosts are very fast when it comes to name server thing. So sometimes it doesn't take up to 24 or 48 hours for your name servers to propagate. You can purchase a domain and in the next 2 hours you can start working on your domain. It all depends on how fast the domain host is. So note that, please, changing of name servers. You change your name servers and your domain is up and running. Okay, but now let me change the name servers of this domain that I bought so we can see how it goes. So I've changed the name servers. Sorry I couldn't show you that because the name servers ought to be private. It's a private document. It's not something you give out online. So now we're still in manage the domain. Now if you look at this, when you want to transfer, if something comes up and you have to transfer your domain from one point to another, you're going to request for this EPP code. So you come to domain transfer and request it. Different domains have their own patterns. Remember, like I said, this one has its own stuff. So manage name servers, edit contact, okay, manage domain. I think it's from here you can do that on this particular domain. So now we're going to go back to the light host and I'll register here and purchase a domain. Sorry, purchase a hosting plan. I remember we have bought the domain pronet.name.ng. So I copy it, I come back here, and remember we're registering here with light host. So I put this here. Come back here, please. Okay, now let me do this one. pronet.name.ng. Now, fundamental observation. Sometimes you may purchase a domain name and some other web hosts do not host such kind of domain. Like there are some hosts that, like I'm in Nigeria now and I'm purchasing a domain name that ends with ng. Now some web hosts will not host domains that end in ng, so you cannot purchase somewhere else and use it with them. Okay, so I'm just notifying you so you understand how it works. I say use. It's trying to verify. It has verified the name is there. So 1 month, you have 1 month at 2,170 naira. So I say continue. Okay, admin user. Admin user. Okay, so I continue. I don't have any promo code, so nothing to apply here. So I go to checkout. Now I'm going to enter my details here. Filled out the details and submitted my form. Now I've submitted the order that I've purchased the domain. So it brought up this page which says continue to client area. I click on it and it takes you to your hosting dashboard. Remember, hosting dashboard, which gives you access to your cPanel, just like you have this one. Just like you have this one and you have this one. It's your hosting dashboard. Now remember, like I said, when you're registering, you should have your email up and running. So this is my email box. This is the first email from Lighthost, which we just registered here. Lighthost that gave me this dashboard, this hosting dashboard. Now, this is the welcome mail. It says, please click on the link below to verify your email address. This is required to confirm ownership of the email address, which I've clicked on this and I went to the page and stuff like that. Now, this is the second mail. Thank you for creating a Lighthost account. Please review this email in its entirety as it contains important information. Logging in, you can access our client area at XYZ. You will need your email address and the password you choose during sign up to login. If you created an account as part of placing an order with us, you will shortly receive an order confirmation email. Getting support. If you need any help or assistance, you can access our support resource below, knowledge base and tickets. The ticket is if you want to reach out to them. Now it says order confirmation. So we have received your order and processing it shortly. The order details are below. Order number, product, WordPress hosting, WordPress beginner, domain name, pronet.name.ng, username, Buji, first payment, recurring payments, billing cycle, monthly, payment due today. Okay, this is the invoice. This is my invoice. Okay, this is a receipt from which I paid. I paid through Stripe. So invoice confirmation. So as it stands now, they have not sent me the link to my cPanel. That should take about 24-48 hours roughly as well. So we're going to go back here. But because I already have hosting plans, I'm going to use my cPanel dashboard, because the link to your dashboard, when it's going to be sent as a mail to you. So there's no rocket science, just to click your link, go there, sign in with your username and password. Initially, they're going to give you a password, which when you log in, you're going to change it. So let's now go to my dashboard. This is your cPanel. There are different panels. There is cPanel. Remember, like we said, there is S-Panel. I think S-Panel is used by Scala Hosting, which is very different from what you have here. But the important thing is that all the panels contain the same thing, one email and everything you need to manage your mail. You now have files, all your site files, how to work with your site files. Then database. The database is what houses where your information for your blog is going to be stored. Your metrics, this is what you use in seeing the traffic to your blog and other important details. Resource usage, security, this is for security and stuff like that. Software, these are softwares that help you manage your sites and stuff like that. So basically, now you have Softaculous here. Softaculous is what enables you to install things like WordPress. Let me just show you how it looks like. Now, this is Softaculous. This is blog. You want to install a blog, WordPress, a lot of stuff, HTML, FlatPress, and stuff like that. Then you have CMS, Joomla, OpenEstate, a lot of them. Now, this makes it easier for you to install things. Forums. If you want to PHP, SMF, my BBPress, and stuff like that. So basically, that's how it goes. So now, you have entered your cPanel. Next, we're going to look at how to manage your cPanel.